Hello.
What's happening? I just seen your other live. I was like, clicked on it,
Yep.
started playing.
I was in that start the stream so I could stop looking like a lump on a log.
Oh, I didn't know if I was just getting a late text or what. I was like, I probably got a text for the video I was already watching, right? Then I came in here and it was black. I was like, yeah, well, let me wait a minute and see what happens. So, what you up to, man?
I am sitting here chilling. I've got
Oh yeah.
I've got days worth of power, man. Days. I can stay live from now until next week with this amount.
Brian Johnson. Hello, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, you gotta have a bunch of batteries, man.
Oh no, see, I don't have to have a bunch of batteries. You know why?
Well, I got this one, right? Yeah, I was gonna say this one's like that.
Yeah,
but you can't use it. Hey, you can't use it when it's charging.
I can.
Huh? I'll have to check that out but I'll tell you what, I went like 8 hours live with this battery. This thing went 8 hours live up there in Madison. Man, yeah, I was outside carving, dude.
I was
carving on she-devil stick again. That's a lot of work. Sitting out here in the porch in the sun. I just went inside a minute ago. Here's the stick there. Yeah, let me sit out here in the sun.
That is a lot of work.
Huh?
That is a lot of work. Jesus.
It's got 2 handles on it so that she can use it to help her with 2 handles instead of 1. So I have to make a walking stick that's got 2 handles. You ever heard of such a thing? Me neither, but here it is.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never seen a more artistically done. I've seen like that would be an old-fashioned crutch. That would be what they used to use as a crutch about 100 years ago.
Yeah. I'm working on this one now, on the head of this one. I was fixing to polyurethane it real quick, but got to get the nose kind of figured out. Kind of like whatever you want it to be, and whatever you want it to be.
Honestly, whatever. Chinese dragons.
Whatever you want it to be, and then I got another face down here. Here, this guy, he's sticking his tongue out at you, kind of. That's why I was sticking my tongue out at her. She didn't want something scary, so I made her something scary. It's not scary, is it?
No.
I told her I only do ugly sticks. I mean, what do you want from me? I'm the ugly stick guy. I don't do fuzzy kittens and puppies. I do ugly sticks. There's another one I did. I like a duck.
That does look like a duck.
And then I got a face there, with the duck head. And then down at the bottom, I got another face. And he's got a beard, a rubber thing on the bottom. Got hair on the back. So it's got 3 faces. The one there, and then the duck head at the top. I gave Jeff a couple too that were pretty cool looking. I wanted them to go to a good home. I have fun giving them away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that one I got to get done. I've been working on that one forever, man. I mean, you don't believe how long it takes because you go out there and carve for like an hour or 2. Just wasting time fucking around. You know what I mean? You don't get a lot done, but you start seeing what you want to do. So you take a lot of breaks. I've been out there for a little while getting me a suntan.
Shit. You living the good life, man. You working. You're working on something. You either working on living or
Shoot,
you're working
Brian.
on dying, and you're working on living.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Some people work to live, and some people live to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shoot, I hook you up, Brian. I get me one. I just started making more with handles like that duck head, try to make handles on them. I have a lot of them that are straight up and down, like a round top, you know what I mean? That I didn't realize everybody wanted handles. So now I got to start over and make a bunch with handles. Yeah, that's Evil Eddie. That's Evil Eddie down there. Evil Eddie. Doing Eddie. He come in here the other day. The whole bottom of his chin was swole up. Looked like he had about half a golf ball sticking out underneath his mouth. I was like, oh no, my poor Eddie. So I gave him half a Benadryl. I broke one of them Benadryl pills in half. Gave him one of them. 2 days later, he's good to go again. He's back. Hadn't seen him since I gave him the Benadryl. It's been 2 days. He finally come back. Well, I'm gone. He's eating dog food now. He's eating Chi Wawa food.
Shit. You know that little dog at the house?
Yeah. The puppy?
He went nuts one day because it rained and it got in his dog food, so he wouldn't eat it. I brought the dog food out there to him, dumped his the food that was all swole up, dumped it out, and switched it out. And he acted like he was starving, so he started snarfing his food. Now he started choking. I'm like, how the fuck do I do the Heimlich on a dog?
How do you do the what?
The Heimlich maneuver, to get him to stop choking.
Oh, the same way you do with a human. I did it before. I squeezed one so hard I thought I was going to break his ribs, like on the third squeeze. And I got right there below his, at his rib cage at the bottom, was right above his stomach. And the first 2 times I squeezed, I didn't squeeze near it hard enough. And he was choking. I mean, this dog was fixing to go down. He was ready to fall over, getting wobbly. And the third time I squeezed, it was a squeeze of frantic. I was scared. I mean, I squeezed really hard. And it came flying out of his mouth and across the room. It was the bone. I was like, and my girl sitting here, she'll tell you she watched it happen. So I ain't making this shit up. But, you got to really squeeze hard, man. I mean, first once or twice, you'll probably be a little nervous thinking you're going to break his bones. The third one, you're like, fuck it. What's the difference? Broke bone or dead? Let's go for the broke bone. So you squeeze hard the third time,
Hey, it's one of them real life experiences, man. True life.
Yeah, I done it, man. I done it. Yeah, I get nervous thinking about it that day because I thought he was really going to die, and he would have if I wouldn't have helped. A little round ham bone or some shit. Yeah. That's why I only give my dogs bones that are uncooked. You don't cook food and then give them the bone. The bone has to be pre-cooked because then they can chew it up. It'll break up easy. After it's cooked, it's like glass. You know what I mean? It becomes harder.
The heat treatment makes make it lose some of its structural integrity, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like turning, clay into pottery, basically. After you put it in the kiln in the oven, and then after you shape your clay and stick it in there, it comes out as a piece of glass. Y'all probably didn't do that in school like we did. We had all the different shops when I went to school. We had metal shops.
Did do the art class with the clay, and I made my mom an ashtray or a cup. I can't remember.
Yeah, we had all them shops. We did molds with aluminum and shit. We'd make molds and pour them, and we had weld shop where we built tables and all kind of shit, clocks out of metal. We had cooking shop, and sewing shop. We had all that shit growing up, man. We learned everything.
We're lucky now to get in our local school. they get to build and sell dog houses. That's all they get to build and sell. They used to get to go work on real houses, right? Real houses to learn real world techniques.
Yeah.
Instead, they get to think, oh, well, all we can build for a living is dog houses. The hell?
Well, I went through all them different shops, and what I liked the best was doing work with metal. You know what I mean? And then I went into weld shop and I learned welding. You know, I went to Votech for a little bit. Then I didn't like welding at all because all that black shit in your nose every day, that shit kill you. So then I switched to a wood shop in Votech. You know what I mean? And then I played with wood for a little while. Then I left Pennsylvania and went to Florida. Well, hell, it was easy to get a job. Then there was, you know, new construction. I started building elevators. I built houses. I'd put roofs on. There ain't nothing I ain't tried. I liked all that shit. I could do anything, you know. So nowadays it's hard to get a job unless you move somewhere where there's a lot of work.
Well,
you ain't gonna get to do the things we did.
It's not that. It's that the world has changed so much. And all you have to do is really just look at the workforce and see. I mean, the older generation still holding on to what little bit of jobs they've got. If they've been working in food and restaurants their whole life, they're going from every fast food restaurant they can back and forth.
Hey, I've cooked food for restaurants and washed dishes too. I go to a restaurant, wash dishes right now, and keep up with the youngest guy there. Probably blow him out of the water. Be the fastest dishwasher they ever had. I had the cleanest dishes too. There ain't nothing I can't do. I will wash dishes, cook. I flip burgers, pancakes, all that shit, man. I change a tire.
I went from flipping burgers to cutting fiberglass when I went from my little minimum wage job to working a good job. I went from flipping burgers to cutting fiberglass.
You know what I think would be a good job right now? Pretty much anybody could do it. If you got your pressure washer, right? And just pressure wash driveways. Start out just doing driveways until you got good at using it. I wouldn't pressure wash nobody's house. You know? Man, something's cracking up bad, dude. What kind of static you got going on, man?
Thank you.
What are you doing?
Is the static on my end, brother?
I don't know. I was getting pretty bad there. I thought it was me. I got a terrible signal, so that's why I thought it was me.
Okay, I pulled my power cord. How's the audio now?
Oh, it wasn't you. I don't think it was you. I think it was DSS.
The audio sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
It happened about right when I got in the basement. So I was thinking, oh crap, maybe it's my power cord. Let me try my power cord if that's cool, just real quick. I just want to test this. I don't have my earbuds in yet, so I'm kind of trying to lean in to hear you guys. So let's see if this creates that static again real quick, just for shits and giggles.
Hey, I'm down with doing that, man. Honestly, I think what it was when you came in. Oh, I got more people in the basement. So it wasn't when someone came in the basement. I think my phone just needed a restart.
Okay. All right.
Well, there's no people in the basement. I just got a notification there was. So maybe it might have been when, because I'm on an iPhone. And I've noticed that when I do StreamYards, it always creates a horrible staticky echo white noise in the background.
Yeah.
And it wasn't there when PDF first jumped on, but PDF beat me here.
Gotcha. And everything, like I was listening, I joined and was getting ready to get in, and everything was going clear. Like PDF was sitting there talking. I didn't mean to apologize or interrupt you, but everything sounded clear. As soon as I went to there, so I'm thinking, oh crap, it's on my end.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with this iPhone. It just updated last night, so YouTube doesn't have the white noise in it no more when I do a straight YouTube live stream. But it used to.
It's not doing it now.
There you go.
Yeah, it used to do it a long time ago, and it still does it on StreamYards, apparently.
How's my audio? Is it okay with the? I keep trying to lean closer to the iPad. I'm in the. Is my audio still okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm gonna get in trouble. Oh no. I'm doing unpermissible live streams.
Hey Hunter, did you see the link I sent you about the judges?
The one in Raleigh that got in trouble for going out of.
No, it was a story about 9 out of 10 of the judges never get in trouble for anything they do, no matter what it is.
Yeah, I seen that.
Even if they're convicted, they still keep their seat in most cases, 9 out of 10 cases.
Yeah.
And in South Carolina, no judge has ever been accused or charged with anything ever. They got really good judges there, right?
No, they just got some really shitty justice people. Because judges do stuff wrong just like everybody else. And honestly, if they do use their position of authority to get out of a traffic ticket, I don't think they should be a judge anymore.
Agreed.
Yeah, but they don't. They don't. 9 out of 10 of them never get any trouble for what they do, and ever get kicked off the bench.
Did you see that?
The only one recently.
Huh? Go ahead, PDF. Let us.
Hey, they kicked that one lady off that was having threesomes in the courthouse. She lost her spot.
I had one that was given there.
My puppy's hopping in to say hello. PDF, did you see that one when you were talking about the judges? Did you see the, I believe it was in New York where they kind of got in a fight with their neighbors and the judge or whatever pushed and tried to use his badge, and they had the body cam footage that they dropped those charges like a day ago or something?
No, I don't remember seeing that one.
Yeah, if you'll see it going around, I'll have to look it up. I can't right now, of course, because I'm on here, but yeah, it was the video where they came home and the neighbors were like battling back and forth, and the wife, there's a couple wives and family members going back, and she was something and he was something else there too. I just seen it come across. I don't know what it meant. It might have been like late last night. But
he was the judge. He was a different county administrator somewhere.
Yeah. Yep. That'd be the one. Yep. And they dropped those charges. Somebody was following that story. Literally goes over to check the wife and and he's on body cam. And the cop literally goes, "How am I not supposed to?" Sorry, my dog's trying to get under my leg. Get over, D. Come here. Get over here. There you go. She's trying to find her comfy spot, so she keeps. I got a blanket holding up. She's like, "Oh, that's my comfy spot." But yeah, when it crossed and on body cam with him pushing the cop, he's in handcuffs. They pull him to the side. He starts dropping all his names, and the cops finally go, "Look, you just exposed everybody, and you're dropping names. How are we supposed to da?" And they literally dropped all the charges yesterday on him, and it's all on video.
And it's how's it going to look? I remember the cop actually said, "How's it going to look when this gets out?"
Exactly. Yep. Exactly right. And he was like, "Look, you've broken the law. You assaulted a cop." And then the guy did. He assaulted the cop. And normally I don't stand up for the cops, but he did. That's, so to speak, that's literally assault. And he goes, "Look, you just dropped 4 people's name, and how's it gonna look? When this comes out?" And they still on video. The cop told him, and they still dropped the fucking charges.
Now, what the thing is, could he have actually gotten away with that if he wasn't a judge? Could he have resisted or helped someone resist the unlawful arrest if he hadn't been a judge?
Oh, not at all. He should have already been, as soon as he assaulted the cop, he should have already been, which he was in handcuffs. Then he shouldn't have to get, so to speak, that blue line privilege to even have the explanation of like, "Look, I don't. Why would I discuss this with you? Normally, you can look at somebody wrong and be in handcuffs or tackled or tased." He went from like a 15-minute sequence of doing everything absolutely fucking wrong, And once again, they release it on like a Friday or a Saturday, so the news or the social media isn't like the news for that spin. It stays out there now, so you know. And I remember commenting on the very first time I seen that video, and I always do, you know, I screenshot the names and like, watch, you're gonna see this person in the future, track this person in that name, and you'll see it a lot.
So basically what we do is where they dropped his charges, we take that state and we get other people's charges dropped who, and I hate to say this, they look at your race, they look at your age, they look at your employment,
Mm-hmm.
they decide to drop these charges. They say, well, he can fight this and we don't want to waste the money doing it. Plus, he's a judge, so that'll get him to lose his job. We're going to help him keep his job and drop the charges. We're just going to say he was resisting an unlawful arrest or helping someone resist an unlawful arrest, and we're going to cut him loose, and we're going to try to sweep the fall under the rug. That's not how it works.
Correct.
If you're going to arrest all of us auditors or all of us government activists for looking at a cop the wrong way or for walking onto a piece of grass, they should have arrested, tased, and probably shot that judge. But instead, because he was a judge, they gave him special privileges.
And that's where the DA and the prosecutors and that shit come into play for it. You know, it's on film. You know, I don't normally side with, so to speak. You know, I like to try to make my own opinion. I watch the video, I make my opinion. But that's what I'm saying. I was like, hey, this guy fucked up. You know, he fucked up. He deserves, you know, any other person, like you were saying, you know, would be held accountable. And not even like in the community, just a normal citizen walking down the street. You know, if you're there and you have a simple altercation or a simple traffic violation, you can become the next statistic and or an auditor in one video of you don't have to have $5,000 worth of gear and go out and film and do and observe and report and do FOIA requests. You could get pulled over on your way home from Burger King tonight, knock on wood, and become an activist because you were mistreated. And that's how quickly, that's what the problem is. I'm going to use a big word.
Yeah, and it might not even.
It's a systemic problem. So.
It might not even be that you was the one that was pulled over that made you into an activist, right? You could be following somebody home because their car broke down and they get pulled over because, well, they got no tail lights or their battery's dead, so their lights aren't working, right?
Yep.
And the cops giving them a hard time, but you was following along behind them, you know, with the hazard lights on, trying to get them safely off the road, and the cops take everybody to jail. You know, just lose everybody in jail.
Yep, they had that one guy, just a perfect example of, they had that one guy not too long ago that stopped to help a motorcycle accident person. If you've seen that one, and the cop comes up to him and he's like, "Oh, you're a witness to it." And he was like, "Hey, I'm just helping the guy. Hey, that's your problem over there. I'm good to go. I'm not IDing." And they tackled him, smacked his head, broke his eye socket. You know, he's kind of a bigger guy, and tackled him on the ground. He's like, "Hey, this is your scene. I got nothing to do with it. I just pulled the bike off the guy." And next thing you know, they're not even worried about helping the guy that's just crashed his motorcycle. They're tackling the guy because he's like, "Hey, I want nothing else to do with it. It's my right, you know, Fourth and Fifth Amendment right to go the hell away. You handle your business. I'm going on with my day," and jacked him up. So.
All because he wanted to stop and help somebody get a motorcycle off of him.
Absolutely right.
Fucking fault. These people cannot drive worth the damn freaking. Sorry, y'all.
She's doing all the cussing for me. What's going on, kid?
No. Y'all ignore my hair. My daughter decided to do my hair earlier, okay?
I didn't hear what she said.
I said, y'all just ignore my hair. My daughter decided to do my hair earlier for me.
Awesome. I just did mine. I still stayed up too late hanging out with the boys last night on a couple streams. So so yeah, I just did my hair too. I went with red today.
Red.
It's Halloween. What do you expect?
Yeah, you go. My
girls come in with a pink in their hair.
I'm a ginger today.
Do the drapes match the curtains?
Yep.
Oh man.
No, I like I said, I stayed up late even after we got off a few streams last night and a few private panels and stuff, and got up a little bit early to. Then you got up. I was like, "Come on!" I was like, "Oh man, I'm still, my head's still hurting."
Did you drink one too many last night?
What's that, brother?
I said, if your head's still hurting, did you drink one too many last night?
Too many beverages. That's what I'm trying. I just cracked one there. I had to knock the hangover off. I was supposed to be sleeping right now. Now's my bedtime. I'm a late night lurker, so shit. I don't think I went to bed till about 8 o'clock this morning. So I'm like, woo. I had a few other channels that says
you work a lot of Thursday.
PDF out there rock hunting.
You know what that is?
Quartz.
That's flint.
Flint. Oh yeah.
That's a big piece of one.
Scratch it. Let's see if you can. Holy shit, that's a big ass arrowhead.
That's a tomahawk.
An arrowhead. That would have had to have been
Yeah.
or a tomahawk, yeah.
Yeah, you can, like I said, you can chip that down. You know. Yeah, it's still crazy. Like being from Indiana, you know, you can every time they plow the fields, it's still amazing. You can still go throughout and find arrowheads almost in every visit. Every time you go out searching for them, it's still crazy.
So I broke the news to my son today that we got him his first car, right? You know what my son told me? Unless it's a Mustang or a Chevy truck, he didn't want it.
Ha! Don't get all quiet on us now.
Oh, sorry, she was talking. I don't have my earbuds in, so I got a little bit of audio delay on my. I heard her say something about a car or a truck.
Yeah, I told my son we have him his first vehicle. I've had it for a while now. And he said unless it's a Mustang or a Chevrolet truck, he didn't want it.
Right? All right. So, how old is he? If you want to say on here.
Bad part is
He's 9.
Oh, okay.
we sold my Chevy truck to buy his Ford truck.
Right.
That's the bad part. We sold my Chevy truck to buy his Ford truck.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. He's got time to get a job and start saving up for it, right? I was in the same boat though. I bought my.
No, I'm the type of parent that I'm gonna give them their first car, but after that, every car they gotta buy.
I'm gonna give them their first car, and it's only gonna have if it's a 6-cylinder. It's only gonna have 5 spark plugs in it. Just saying.
Right. Yeah, they
have
never
a spark plug in the seat and a socket wrench.
Right. They never have a concept of insurance or gas for it. So, you know, get them something safe, reliable, and cheap on insurance. You know, because that first normal, that 1 or 2. So you got to teach them how to work on them, change their own tires. Like, hey, look, here's the price of insurance and gas. Just on anything else you want to do. So, you know, you see people, you know, that are, so to speak, more better off or well off, and you see them go buy a sweet 16 and go spend $60,000 on a fucking car, and they don't even get it out of the lot before they crash it. It's like, oh man.
Somebody in chat talking about the election. We're not here to talk about these things.
I think watch that.
Well, like earlier, somebody came in, but I guess that you didn't entertain that they were talking stuff about when the rock was drawing for the walking stick that I missed.
Yeah, we lost PDF. He's supposed to be out there showing us rock hunting. Oh, we got some.
Yeah,
Oh, there he goes.
I'm digging through the PVC box, trying to find some fittings.
Some fittings.
I'm fitting to fix somebody's water. Yeah, he said he's fitting to be able to take a shower.
I'm fitting to be able to.
Hey, I got the supply shop, don't I? Whatever anybody needs in this whole neighborhood, they come here.
Everything.
I got everything, don't I?
Everything.
When you're a poor ass person in the country, you don't throw nothing away.
I know what I need. A 3/4 to half reducer.
I got it.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask what size, like a down step or I call it a down step or an upstep on the size from the fitting to the.
Hey, you call it a step down, I call it a damn bottleneck.
So you call it?
My water pressure. Don't give me a half-inch pipe. You got 3/4.
Right. Yeah, like condensers and. I seen one. Literally, one time I was installing internet on a trailer, and it was kind of like a rundown trailer. It was kind of known as being shady or whatever. And I'm under there running a couple wires, and I go and I pull a piece of wire, or actually it was cable at that time. So it wasn't Cat5, but it was coax, and I pull it, and it all of a sudden I start hearing like this noise, and I'm like, "What the hell is that noise?" And it sounded like a like a waterfall, literally like a rushing waterfall. And I'm kind of looking around. I go back and I'm working, and I come back out and I go back over to my connection point, and I'm sitting there, and now there's probably a 6 foot by 6 foot puddle of water, and I pull the skirting back. It had like what he just showed, his connections in that basket there. For one repair, they literally had probably 45 connections to try to go like a foot up to the bottom of one of the bathrooms in this trailer. And it hit the water main, and the whole thing while I was in there installing all the boxes pulled. It was like a left to a right to an up and down to a big to. And it was like at least 42 pieces. I counted it because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to have a damage claim. So I'm like, what the hell is this? And it looked like almost like a piece of, I don't know how to describe, like a piece of art for ever who would rig this together. Just go this way to that way to this way to only try to accomplish to go 1 foot to get to one of the bathrooms, or it was one of the bathroom sinks. It was ridiculous. We talk about redneck engineering or whatever. You could have spent like $1 at the hardware store to get a foot piece and a little bit of connection point. So I advise them, I even advise the customer, like, yeah, you might make sure you want to try to make sure you don't get any damage deposit issues here, because and no, true, I just remember it too. Literally, the guy right behind was the sheriff in the town with an amazing, beautiful house. Probably, and this town's like one of the poorest in there, in the state of Indiana. Beautiful home. I mean, absolutely amazing. So it'd be like the equivalent, like say a $300,000 or $400,000 house, and that was like his slumlord. And I'm like, and walked over and pointed out, and was like, man, your maintenance man needs some help here. You got some issues going on, brother. He was real cool about it. And like I said, I've spent a lot of time going under houses in my whole profession, and then so you get to see a whole lot of jacked up stuff, where people, you go pay somebody $3,000 to go, okay, I'm gonna fix this, and go under there, and you just kind of look at them like, whoa, what the hell? You still road tripping DSS?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Allegedly.
We started off the road trip back to the house.
Gotcha. No, I was getting ready to crash out, man. Like it got down to like about 60 degrees here last night. So it was actually nice. I had the windows open. I actually had to close the window. That's why there's a little bit of light in the bedroom, because right outside right downstairs from me, there's a couple of guys working on motorcycles and cleaning out their boats and stuff, I guess, before the freeze. Or not free. We don't get really freezes here, but so. I was going to try to throw the iPad out the window to show you guys the river, but they got music and shit playing out there, so I cracked the window down to cut down the outside noise. I'll knock out and.
All right, I'll be around. You enjoy your.
Got it. You guys stay safe. Everybody in the chat, have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the chat. Later, guys.
Thanks for jumping on the. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. My signal's breaking up.
Damn, Skeeter's fucking ate me alive out there, man. Holy shit, I'm all bit up. I was trying to help my friend find some PVC fittings. He tore up his damn water line, working on his drain field. Somebody ran the water line across the septic tank. I don't know. He's having all kinds of problems. So I got him some PVC fittings where he can reduce it down from 3/4 to 1/2 inch to get better pressure on the far end, and he's good to go now. He's heading back to get the water on before his old lady kills him.
I don't know if you heard me or not, but I want to shut it down. My signal cut out real bad.
All right, man.
I don't want to be rude and miss what someone's saying, so I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for now.
All right, be safe.
Have a good one.